Alright, what is going on today, guys? Tom Cat here, and today we have a bunch of stuff to talk about regarding the next update for Forza Horizon 4, including, but not limited to, the Top Gear Horizon story, the new Mercedes 6x6, all of the other new cars, the track tour, all of that is coming up in this video, so make sure you keep watching. Now, in regards to the LEGO barn find, they did mention that they cannot say anything about it now, but we'll have more to share later. Now, I do want to touch on the fact that there is a LEGO Speed Champions Porsche 911 that comes out next month, and there are a lot of clues that point to that being it, so they could be trying to sync up releases. I'm not sure, but that is, in my opinion, definitely a valid and possible theory. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the new reward cars that you can acquire with this new update. We have the 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor, the 2012 McLaren MP412C, the 1996 Chevy Impala SS, the 2013 Jeep JKU DeBerti design, which is awesome that they're bringing a lifted Jeep in. I think that's a really good nod to the off-road community. We've got a 06 Koenigsegg CCX, which is a great nod to the past of Koenigsegg. We have a 2017 Mercedes E350D Project E-AT, which is a very cool, wacky, different vehicle. The 2015 Top Gear Track Tour, and the 2014 Mercedes G-Wagon 6x6. Of course, that is last but not least. And they also said through the festival reward playlist, cars like the Colorado ZR2, RTR Mustang, M3 GTR, and Pontiac GTO will be coming back, and I'm very, very curious as to see where they're going to place those, especially the Colorado, the M3 GTR, stuff like that, because I missed out on the M3 GTR, and I don't want to miss out on it again. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more deeply about some of these specific vehicles. Now, here we see some of the vehicles that I am most interested in taking a look at going forward with this. Now, we have, obviously, the G63 AMG 6x6, the Track Tour, the 12C on the left over there, but this E350D is very weird, very cool, though, very interesting. Slots in as a C-Class 578, which, ironically, years ago in the Forza series, that would have been an A-Class, because A used to be 600 back in Forza 4, but odd Forza PI history aside, that car, I think, is one of the most oddball yet most interesting cars in the pack, well, in the season, apart from, of course, the AMG 6x6 and the Track Tour. Now, the Track Tour, I can really see that being used as a comedy car. I can see it being used as something that would be really, you know, fun to use, interesting to use, but at the same time, also a little bit on the wacky side. Whereas I can see the AMG 6x6 sort of going toe-to-toe with the Gurkha. I think having something that could go toe-to-toe with the Gurkha in terms of not only, you know, like power, but weight, is going to be really, really cool, because you've got these, you know, these big lumbering giants now that can go back and forth, and you could literally have a lumbering giants championship, and it could be, you know, AMG 6x6 versus Gurkha, and that would be so weird and yet so fun. I can't wait to see what it's like to drive off-road, because obviously it's going to have six-wheel drive, and it should be really, really good in soft surfaces. So sand in the desert, you know, mud in different seasons. It should also be very, very good in the snow. So if it's as good at all of those things as it claims to be, then I, for one, am very excited for the future of what that thing has in store. I'm also very excited to see where they go with the customization, because the customization should be very, very interesting on the 6x6. Very, very interesting. Now, before we go much further, we absolutely have to spend some time on this. The Jeep JKU that is gorgeous and lifted and has massive tires on it, and literally is what we were. This thing looks like a freaking Mud Runner mod. I mean, we have been wanting, I say we as in, you know, myself and my subscribers community, we have been wanting more lifted vehicles, and that's one of the biggest things that I've been hearing from you guys, is we want the ability to add off-road, not just the off-road kits that are in the game, but off-road kits like lift kits, big tires, and this might not be, you know, this might not be that ultimate step, but it's sure as all get out a step in the right direction. So with that being said, I think this puts us in a really good position with lifted vehicles in the Horizon series. I think this shows that they're really thinking about it, and I think this shows that They care about the off-road community, they care about the Jeep community, and they want to see that community grow. They want to see that community have more vehicles that they like. And to have that be something that's coming into the game, I think, you know, everybody's going to look at the Tractor, everybody's going to look at the 6x6, but I think that Jeep has been getting very overlooked lately because, yes, there's all sorts of craziness going all over the place, all over the Forza community on the internet today, like, oh my god, the 6x6, oh my god, the Tractor, blah, 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 blah. The Jeep, though, that is the most exciting thing for me, and I think because it's, you know, what we're talking about here is a fully built, effectively fully built trail Jeep that you can drive on the street. I mean, and if I had to guess, I don't know the exact specs on that Jeep, but if I had to guess just by looking at it, it was on 42s. Either 40s or 42s. And, dude, if we're getting a lifted JKU on 42s in Horizon 4, Horizon 4 is going in the right direction, in my opinion. So that could pave the way for a lifted JL. That could pave the way for a lifted Gladiator. That could pave the way for all sorts of crazy different things. That could pave the way for a lifted, you know, Ram 2500 Cummins diesel. Who knows? But regardless, it all points in the right direction, in my opinion, and I think that it's something that us as fans of off-road vehicles, but also fans of the Forza series, I think it's something that we can all look at and be very, very, not only thankful for it, but also we can really, really look forward to what's coming next and really see this as a step in the right direction. So definitely something that I'm going to keep a massive eye on, and you can bet, you can absolutely 100% bet that there is going to be a whole stream segment about off-roading that Jeep and seeing what places we can get it into, seeing what, you know, how much we can flex the thing, you know, see how, you know, how flexible the suspension really is, go trail hunting, you know, all sorts of different things. I mean, there's tons of areas on the Lego map that I haven't even explored yet, and there could be hidden off-road trails out there, and that Jeep is literally the perfect vehicle to explore that with and just see if we can discover what there is to discover out on that Lego map. Now, I do want to mention that we're getting to a point where the off-road features in the game are starting to make a little bit more sense and a little bit more sense and a little bit more sense because the more off-road vehicles that get added, the more the off-road features make sense. Because when the game came out, we had a few off-road vehicles, but we didn't really have anything that kind of fit that like, you know, hey, I'm just going to go hang out with my friends and go find trails kind of thing. But a lifted four-door Jeep is exactly that. A lifted four-door Jeep with big tires is literally like, hey, I'm going to go get my buddies, and we're going to go out and find a trail, and we're going to go and party. We're going to go have some fun. That's literally what that Jeep is for, and I think it will bring a lot of that dynamic in, and it'll allow you to explore and experience that kind of dynamic in Horizon 4. But I also cannot wait for all the comedy builds that come out of it, like the, you know, the drift builds that we're going to get and like all that sort of stuff. So that in itself is going to be absolutely hilarious, and I can't wait to see what sort of offbeat, weird, odd builds people create with that Jeep. But for all intents and purposes, that Jeep is going to be hilarious. I also wanted to say that I am very happy that they, as a little extra touch, because it's a Top Gear pack and a Top Gear themed season, I'm really, really happy that they were able to get Chris Harris's voice in here. I think that's the coolest thing, and I'm so glad that the Top Gear Horizon story now exists. Now, I will say that a lot of people are going to complain about the Horizon story because it's not old Top Gear, it's not Grand Tour, it's not James, Richard, and Jeremy. However, I think the fact that it's narrated by Chris Harris really redeems it a lot, but also the rewards include the Stig's suit as well as the race tractor. So that's going to be a really cool way to tie everything together, and playing as the Stig in the Horizon story, I think, is one of the coolest ideas that they could have possibly had, because of course you would want to play as the Stig. I mean, even though it's not old Top Gear, I think that it still is going to be a ton of fun, and I'm so ready for Top Gear themed challenges in Horizon 4 because I think it fits so well. I think it really suits the attitude of the game. I think it really suits the attitude of the players, and I think it will be just enough, you know, comedy to add that little bit of extra flair to everything. So I really think that they're going to knock it out of the park this, you know, with this run of seasons, and I'm really excited to dive into it and play it all in videos and on streams for all of you guys as well. And fear not, Stock versus tuned will still be there, but there will be seasonal content in there as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what you are most excited about coming in this new series of updates. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time. And if you're interested in checking out my streams, there will also be a link in the description below to where you can check out my Mixer channel. So again, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.